Alright, good morning everybody. Tuesday, another video day for you guys. We're gonna go across New Jersey. Gotta go through Newark, get to Kearny, New Jersey, Kearny, New Jersey, Kearny, New Jersey. Not exactly sure how it's pronounced, but that's where we're going today. Got a load that's going to a recycling center, so we've got a dedicated trailer because it just gets too dirty to run general freight with. So they go over there, deliver it, deadhead right back here, and bring it back where it belongs so they can put the next load in it. But that's what we're doing today. I did it last Thursday, and I regretted not taking the cameras with me. I kind of wanted a day where I didn't have to worry about narration and just cruising. And I regretted it once I got over there because it's an interesting place to deliver to, which you will see when we get there. So only other thing I can say is I hope it's kind of overcast this morning, because one of the bad parts about starting at 5 a.m. and rolling east across New Jersey is you get blasted by the sun over there on 80 once you get across the Delaware River. So maybe it'll be overcast and we won't have a sun issue today. But anyway, we're soon going to get rolling. We just finished our pre-trip, and then we'll get going and do our thing and talk to you along the way. All right, first things first is we need to get some go-go juice here at the Drums Pilot. Now, let's see. Two cars that come down, another one coming out of that Shell station. Now we got a few coming up the hill, now one coming down the hill. I did not think this would be difficult at this time of day. Well, we're gonna get it now. There we go.
Take the exit on the right to I-80 east towards Stroudsburg.
No, she doesn't know that I'm getting fuel. This place can be pretty crowded, but it looks like we got a number of stalls that are open so that we don't have to sit and wait. But the place parks pretty full most nights, but now tonight the entranceway is not parked too full. Sometimes they are parked all along this little entranceway. So not too bad tonight, or this morning I should say. It's still dark out, that's why I'm saying tonight. Oh. Guess we'll take this one right here.
Turn left, then take the first right. Turn right on Old Berwick Road, then take the second right.
Oh, somebody left a mess there. Look at a cup laying on the ground. Oh man, I'm telling you. All right, let's get her done and get going. All right, fueling is complete. Getting on 80 eastbound. I take this 100 miles, actually a little more than 100 miles till we get to the 280 cutoff. Just a little bit past 287. That cuts southeast. And that cuts southeast into Newark. So that's the way we will be going. And I see it's partly cloudy at the moment. Camera isn't picking it up yet, but you can see some hints of daylight out there. And right now it's partly cloudy, but there's a storm coming up the coast that really isn't going to affect us here inland, but tomorrow it might rain along the shore. But hopefully the clouds overspread it enough, like I said, that we don't get any face full of sun over there in New Jersey, because when I went over there on Thursday it was pretty rough. Trying to see where I was going. So alright, anyway, we're rolling. It's dark. We'll talk to you later on. We start getting daylight. Well, we are seeing what looks like the beginning of a beautiful sunrise. I don't know if we're gonna get to it. Oh man. Somebody broke down on the shoulder here. Killed my thunder with talking about the sunrise. Might be the best look at it. It might get better later, but depending on which way we're aiming as we go down the freeway here, that may have been our best look at it. Maybe we'll get another one, but clouds that are starting to roll in from the south are making for a nice look this morning. There we go. You get a more open look at it here for a brief moment. The sun is getting underneath that cloud deck and lighting it up almost like an Arizona sunrise. It looks pretty cool. Well, I thought the traffic was bad last week because it was 9/11 and we were going over here, and I figured a lot of people might have been going to the memorial services over there at Ground Zero. And it turns out that this morning appears to be just as bad. I was passing JB Hunt there and come up over the top of the hill and found everything pretty much stopped. Now we're starting to roll again, but traffic had stopped at the top of that hill back there. So coming up on a construction zone here, and maybe that's part of the problem, but I think it's going to be this way all the way to the 287, 280, 80 conglomeration over here. So I think it's going to be slow going pretty much the rest of the way in. So we'll let you know. So here is where some of the fun begins, and we've been riding in and out of slow-moving traffic for a while. Now see this? Everybody, that far right lane needs to exit for 287, and that's what messes this freeway up, because everybody wants to get on the 287, or half of the traffic wants to get on 287. And so they're slowing down these lanes, trying to find their spot to get in there, and a lot of them don't want to sit in the line back there, so they come up here to the very end and try to do the squeeze up here right before the ramp cuts off. See, now it's going to open up for a while. It'll even open up while we get on the 280. It'll open up and be good. I don't know. I haven't run it enough to know how the traffic pattern works, but I know how this works. Everybody wants to jump off there at 287, and it screws everything up back there for a few miles. So now we're rolling good.
Be in either of the two left lanes.
Yes, dear. Yeah, because up here in a little bit, we're going to have to cut left to stay on the 280. 80 goes to the right and heads off to Patterson and the George Washington Bridge, and 280 cuts left and then takes a southeast diagonal down to Newark. Don't know where Mr. Smokey Bear is going there. That's the third one I've seen.
In 1.5 miles, take exit 47A on the left to I-280 East.
See? Ooh, he's taking off now wherever he's going. That's the third one. I saw two of them back there running up the shoulder trying to get ahead of the traffic, and now that's the third one. Something must be going on up here somewhere. Where is the question of the day for now?
Either of the two left lanes, then take the exit to I-280 East.
There's not so much lane jumping for this one. 287 is the problem. See, over there on the westbound side, it's the same thing. So much traffic wants to get off on the 287. It's all jammed up over there. But now we're going to slow down again here once we get on the 280. Now we rolled for a little while. Now we're going to come to a stop again. A nice steep downgrade here. There's a couple of them before you get to Newark. And we still got a little bit of sun. It's poking through that overcast. The overcast is not thick enough to keep the sun out of our face, so we got to deal with that a little bit. But right out of this downgrade, now we're going to have an upgrade. Stay in this right lane because it was so hard. Come on. It was so hard to move over once I got down there closer to Newark that I want to stay in this right lane. Actually, I'm going to want to move over one more, I believe. At least pull this hill. But I think it's 4 lanes from here on in, and I got to make a lane jump down there closer to Newark. And if I'm not mistaken, it might be when we come down this hill that we'll see the New York City skyline. I'm not sure yet. I know somewhere you get a good look at it. Now look at all this traffic coming out of here. And I want to hold this lane now, so actually, I have to hold it anyway because I got traffic alongside of me. Kick the high Jake on. See everybody braking coming down this hill. See the Newark skyline, but I think beyond that you can see the New York City skyline. No, not yet. Yeah, I think you do. Oh, this lane's gonna end, I believe. Yep, gotta move over here. Alright, stop recording. See, this is the problem. I should have left the camera on. You got 4 lanes coming down this hill, and then that lane ends, so it jams everything up here because it got to merge over into the one that I'm in, that I jumped into at just the right moment, but I've got all of them coming up alongside of me. And then down further, like 3 miles, I'm gonna have to move right. It should have just left that lane open, and people that were gonna stay on 280 wouldn't have to jump a lane, because these 3 lanes toward the median are gonna duck off and turn into a city street. So they make some unnecessary lane jumping and traffic squeezes over here, and that's why the traffic is just so bad here. And we're already crawling, and it's going to take us probably at least a half hour just to get through Newark because of this. Alright, so this is where the mess begins. I managed to get in this number 4 lane here at the right time back there where I didn't have to fight. Last time I was here, I didn't know I needed this lane until I got up closer to that sign, and then I had to fight to get into this lane. And I'll be able to ride this lane through Newark, but last week I didn't know that, so then I had to fight to get over into the right lane that's going to be created by that ramp over there. It's a stupid setup that all 280 traffic has to jump at least 1 lane, because the 3 lanes to our left go down into Newark. It probably should have been the other way around, I don't know, but at least one of the lanes should have been a dual lane where you could go either direction. See, and then you have these cars that are coming down that ramp that need to get over into those 3 left lanes because they want to go into the city of Newark. And you got this guy going that direction. You got the two ahead of him trying to cut in front of that van. And it's just a massive lane. There's another one cutting over to the right. This is funny in here, man. I was laughing last time I was in here. These people, it doesn't pay to fight them. Just let them come in and let them do their thing. You're eventually going to get there. It's just, you're going to sit more than you're going to move. Now that bobtail there, he wants over here because he wants to stay on 280. Probably nobody going to let him. Now you give up. He's going to go up further and try it in a different spot. Now, see, look at this. Look at this. I guess Xfinity is going to want to come over here too. But he don't have a turn signal on. He's just going to do his thing without a turn signal. So he wants left. The one to my left wants right. It's crazy. It's just out and out crazy. And it's going to be this way all the way until these all these lanes split apart. It is amazing how many of these people wait till the extreme last minute to make this lane change. Here's where the split is. And they're still coming over. The one up there just about ready to run into the wall. That white car, if you can see him. And look, here comes another one. And they just cut in and hope that you see them and will stop. I am surprised that there aren't more accidents here. The guy in the Porsche. I mean, it is just amazing. Just amazing. They finally made it there, and that had to be at least 20 minutes to get to this point. Oh boy, I'll tell you. Now, like I said, once you get through the city and you go across the drawbridge over there before you get to the New Jersey Turnpike, it kind of opens up. It's going to start to open up a little bit here, but there's some construction that kind of tightens it up, at least coming out. I'll show you that coming out. The lane's actually split. Rebuilding the bridge, I guess, or something. But I now know that I can just hold this lane clean through town and then work my way over. Because the traffic, at least last week, the traffic super thinned out once I got across that drawbridge. There's the New York City skyline. I knew we'd see it, I just forgot where it was. Not until you get into the city of Newark do you see it. There's the split going westbound. There's the split in bridge construction. See, we're actually going to start moving now, and at some point might be able to move over a lane. Nope. Must have been an accident. I'm surprised there aren't more of those here. Yep, I can get over now. Yep, now I can get over. See, I didn't know that last week, and back there and all that fighting traffic, I was trying to fight to get over into the right lane, not realizing that I could do it up here further. But that's the whole problem there. That split in the freeway is the whole problem with the traffic, because you see, now we're moving pretty good, all things considered. We're moving pretty good. No, we are. That's the ramp. Okay. The only thing you gotta worry about now is this drawbridge, if they decide to open it up for a vessel. And you could sit here for a while. Now, where are you gonna go? Roll back? Are you gonna stay over there? See what I mean? As soon as you get across the drawbridge, this side opens up into nothing. Now the other side jammed up, but this side is just wide open. So anyway, we are finally almost there. We'll talk to you when we actually get on the property. All right, we have arrived. And it was quite a bit of fun to get here, and it's going to be quite a bit of fun to do what we need to do in here, as you can see. Now, we will pull up and get on the other side of this gate, and then go check in, see if we have an open dock. We got to back inside the building, and hopefully these tankers don't have it screwed up. This is a tight, messed up place. There's not going to be a lot of room. But we are going to stop up here by the wall and check in and see what we need to do. Kind of messed up what I was going to do here as far as a setup, because that yellow truck was going out the inbound. Now let's see how we do here. You got to get it in that garage door. Probably take a few pull-ups because this place is interesting. I'll have to get out and look at least once. Maybe not. Oh, I'm going to get out and look because I want to know what my tail's going to do. Although it looks like I'm going to do well. But still gonna get out and look. Got to spin it a little more toward the left and I should be able to clear that tail. Now I'm going to have to pull up. Now I'm going to have to pull up just a little bit. It's a game of inches. It's a game of inches. And I do mean inches. Because I was only about an inch away from that wall. I think I'm still going to have to pull forward and move it to my right. But I was very worried about my tail. Yeah, I got to straighten her up a little bit. I was very worried about my tail. I don't want to clip the building with the tail of the trailer. And now I don't want to slam the dock. At least the sun's not out. I can see inside the building a little bit better. That grade gripper messes me up sometimes. There we are. We are in. All right, there we are. We are in, and this guy's gonna back in next to me on my right, our left right now, looking at the building. But yeah, that's what I had to back into, and she had a little bit of work, but we did her. And I'm not gonna film this guy backing in because that's just wrong. But you see what we had to do to get in the dock. It's in there in the dark. Yeah, I can't talk long. This place is just as much fun to get out of as it is to get into, which I'll show you when we're unloaded and ready to leave. All right, so we are finished. We are empty and we are leaving. Now all we gotta do is watch, make sure our tail don't swing out and get the garage door as we leave. So we gotta take it pretty deep here. Start cutting a little bit. Start cutting a little bit. And I think we've got enough to do it. Yes, tail is out of the garage. And we're on our way back. Like I said, this place is just as interesting to get out of as it is to get into, as you'll see here in a minute. And I don't know what that tanker's doing up there. This guy's cleaning up messes. It's a busy place, and it's a tight, jammed up place. That guy, okay, I can't get out that way. I gotta blindside back and go out the in gate. That's what the other guy had done. You gotta lose the seat belt here so that I can pull forward and hopefully get up and in there. This is gonna be interesting because I didn't look up in there to see what was going on. We don't be hitting anything. Let me get straight here. Like I said, interesting place to get out of. So we're gonna have to back up. And I hope I can get up in this little alcove that I didn't really take a peek at. I may have to get out and look to see that. Fun, fun, fun stuff. Fun, fun, fun stuff. This is not, the way I was facing right now is the way we normally go out of here. See down the side of the trailer there while I'm backing up. I can see down the side of the trailer. I'm glad I don't have a sleeper. All right, we got it. Good thing I have a few years of experience under my belt. So, all right, we are going to go out the way we came in. Hopefully somebody opens the gate for us. Get the seatbelt back on here. Yeah, it's generally a one-way facility. You come in this gate, go out the other gate up the road to the west a little bit. But that oil truck I guess they were pumping oil out of transformers or something. So we got to go out this way. Hope there's a camera here so the guy sees what's going on, or somebody opens it up for me. Yeah, there we go. Kill the four ways, don't need those anymore. Well, that made it even more interesting than going out the other way.
Turn right on Newark, Jersey City Turnpike.
Now I can take it a little wider here anyway. Nothing coming from my right.
1/2 mile, take the ramp on the right to I-280 West.
There we go. Now we gotta wait for this guy. Do what you can. Do what you can to get out. You see the traffic coming at him. He had no choice than to do what he did. And of course, the car he got in front of didn't like what he had done, but the guy might never get out.
Take the ramp on the right to I-280 West.
That's the New Jersey Turnpike up there above us. Now we just see what we got going back through Newark. Should not be as bad. Hopefully. As it was coming in. May as well leave the camera on and give you a good look at leaving this place. It'll just be another long video. As long as you guys don't mind the longer videos, I don't mind putting them out there. Go back across this drawbridge and then we get back into the city. I think my GPS just fell off the windshield. Oh well, it is what it is. I really basically know how to get out and know how to get back to where we are, and I can still see it, but I think the suction cup gave loose. Right now we are in the city of Harrison, and once we cross the river over the drawbridge, then we will be in the city of Newark. That thing fell. That's the second time it did that. It did that yesterday, so I don't know why all of a sudden the suction cup doesn't want to hold on the windshield. This guy stays over there. Well, he did want to come over. Well, he had to come over. I see that lane. Ends. Well, we got traffic coming up, so now we'll get over. Ding, 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 ding. down up here, the way it looks. I am not a fan of the distance sensor. I've been driving for 30 years, never had an incident, done it safely. I don't need something to tell me I'm too close or too far away. It gets annoying. But all the new trucks have it, and you can't disable it. That's the one thing you can't disable, is that forward-facing radar. There's that split bridge construction I was telling you about while we were coming in. Should be a little bit tight. Oh wait, gotta stop and use the porta-john here. Nope, can't do that. It would tie up the whole town if we did something like that. But anyway, this is already at almost 11 minutes long coming out of the plant to where we're at now. So we'll shut her down and talk to you later. Alright, we are back in the water gap again. Sun's out now. Now you can see some of the mountains around it. Fog is lifted up. See, it says road work, 1.5 miles. Wonder what they're doing on this side. Cool feature, how the gap was created by the Delaware River. You see the mountains on either side of it, and the river kind of cut the gap through the mountain range. Formations there. What they're doing here, fixing the traffic light. No, left lane. Oh, wonderful. Left lane closed. You need that left lane for the high-speed easy pass on the other side of the bridge. So I don't know why the left lane's closed here, but it looks like we are going to come to a stop. It's been a day of traffic. Yeah, we are going to come to a stop. I thought we'd roll through here pretty nice, but since they single laned it, I guess we're not going to. Interesting. Wonder what they're doing. It's gonna take forever to get up around this bend and maybe see, so I guess we'll just shut her down for the moment and turn it back on later. Alright. Something is rattling in this truck and driving me nuts. I'm doing something right here in the approach to the bridge, because we're going to get on the bridge here right past this green Delaware Water Gap Business District sign. Oh, I don't know what they're doing. They're doing it on both sides. Maybe they're cleaning the storm sewers or something that are in the middle there. I don't know, they're looking at something in between the two concrete walls, or actually those look like metal walls, but they're doing something in between those two walls that divide the eastbound and westbound side. So here we are crossing the river again, heading back into the Keystone this time. Now let's see if that left lane opens up in time that we can go through the
Keep left on I-80.
high-speed easy pass, or if we have to go through the actual booths and slow down to 15 miles an hour. Let's see where they open this thing up at. Looks like right on the other side of the bridge, so yes, we can get over. Because if you go through the old toll booths, you have to go through at 15 miles an hour. But if you take this side, you can go through at speed, which is 50 miles an hour.
Continue on I-80.
And the easy pass is just read by that overhead gantry. And up here is our new Welcome to Pennsylvania sign. Let freedom ring. They went red, white, and blue, and the license plates, they got new license plates that kind of match that sign. They're issuing if you want one. Not mandatory to switch plates, but if you want one, they give you a new plate. So, I like our old license plates better. I like the yellow and blue. It stands out. There are not too many other states that have that color combination, so whenever you're out of state, everybody knows you're from Pennsylvania, so I kind of like the old plates better. Anyway, we are back in Pennsylvania, Stroudsburg, Bushkill, East Stroudsburg area. The traffic on that side, that's almost worse than it was on our side. Wonder how many miles it backs up, because usually there's more traffic going eastbound than westbound. Pretty area through here. It's just that the freeway is so old and so narrow, and jammed up with traffic. It really needs to be expanded. Been a lot of wrecks in here through the years. That's why the speed limit is back down to 50 miles an hour, because it just a lot of trash haulers used to roll coming through here in these curves, either on the Jersey side or even over here on the Pennsylvania side. So they backed the speed limit down to 50 miles an hour, and it just, as you can see, look at the other side, close the lane down, and you got miles and miles of traffic jam. It's just lots of trucks, lots of cars, heavy traffic through here. All right, if it were bright and sunshine instead of this muted sunshine that we got, you'd see these colors pop a little bit more. But this is what I was telling you about. Once you get up high on the Pocono Plateau, fall comes early up here. There's a lot of colored reds and oranges and yellows, and nowhere near peak color yet, but it's close. And, I mean, it's only September 16th, so we got a little ways to go before we get to actual fall. Fall starts next week. It's still summer, technically, and there's this much color, but it does come early up here, but it seems like it's maybe about 1 to 2 weeks earlier than usual. I don't know, because we had a cool August or because it's been so dry, but yeah, the color seems to be popping out. Even down in the lower elevations, we have some color. It seems to be early. Just hoping early fall doesn't mean an early winter, and an early winter doesn't mean a snowy winter, because that I don't want. I prefer to have, if I got to deal with winter, then I want it to be fairly snowless. But we're due. We had quite a few winters that were below normal, so we're due to have a snowy one. Just hope this year isn't the one. But anyway, cruising across the Poconos, we're about 40 minutes out from getting back to where we need to return this trailer to. So I don't know what he's going to have after that for us. Last time he didn't have anything, so we will see when we get there and drop this thing. All right, so we're back here in Hazleton. We just dropped off the empty trailer where we got it from yesterday. We picked this load up yesterday, so trailer goes right back in the same dock that we get it from. So we're empty, we're dropped, and we're just waiting to see if we have another assignment or not. Did my empty call, and sitting here taking a 5 and see if anything comes across dispatch. If not, then I'll text them and see if there's anything else or if we're gonna call it a day. So we'll let you know when we know. All right, so we are done for today. We went and got our load for tomorrow morning, picked that up, and we are done for today. We got everything buttoned up, post-tripped, and we're gonna head home. And since I shot video today and I've got a few hours to play around with, I'm gonna try and get these things at least onto the computer for you guys, so then I can edit them later on. I don't know when they're gonna come out. Sometimes I just don't have the time to do anything till the weekend. So, all right. So with that being said, we will talk to you in the next one when we make one.